I am back from my coffee break. Extended coffee break. Anyways, earlier in the day, I have a funny story. So earlier in the day, I went to Starbucks to get coffee. After a friend recommended this new orange coffee, it's like an orange flavored coffee. So I go up to the register and I ask the lady who works there, "Have you ever tried this orange coffee? My friend said it was good. Like, can you give me like a recommendation?" She looks me dead in the eye and says, "I don't drink coffee." Like, it was like I was in the wrong for asking someone who works at Starbucks if she ever tried some of the coffee. It blew my mind. In any case, in our last video, we drew the top to our isometric maze. So in this video, we are going to draw the walls. We didn't exactly make the divisions yet, so I'm going to turn on the guidelines by hitting Command semicolon and hit the P short keyboard shortcut, and we're going to draw a line from this point to this point. So I'm going to hold the Shift key and draw a line. It's not going to exactly match up, so I'm going to manually go ahead and do that. So we can move this line by double clicking the selection tool or by just simply hitting enter. So we want our horizontal pixel movement to be 200 pixels. Remember in the first video we decided that from this point to this point we should make it 600 pixels. That's because now we can separate it easily into thirds by making it 200 pixels. So I'm going to enter that for the horizontal value, 0 for the vertical. Preview's checked so we can see it. Looks good. Hit copy. I can actually duplicate this transformation by going to Object, Transform, Transform again. I'll delete the first line. So we are using these divisions. If we go back to Charles's question, we're using the divisions as the wall edges. Alright, great. So we're going to use the direct selection tool and select this line. We're selecting it because it's a 30-degree line. Hitting Command C, hitting Command V to copy and paste it. And then we're going to align it right here. Now we don't have to be precise. We just have to make sure our intersections are correct, because as we'll see later, we'll use the Shape Builder tool to actually build our wall. So I can take this and first let's just make sure we're directly in place, and we weren't, so I'm going to snap it into place. Now to make the wall, it's really arbitrary how thick we want it. I'm going to say about there is good. I'm going to hold the Alt key as I select it and move it to duplicate the path. That's about good. So I'm going to hit the V key to go to the selection tool, hit the Shift key and select this so these are both selected, hit Command G to group them, hit Command C to copy them, and hit Command V to paste them. So it looks like if we go back to the video, or excuse me, back to Charles's question, that the outer wall is what we're trying to make now. So this third line would represent the edge. We snap this into place right here. Perfect. So the last wall we have to make is this intersecting wall. Since we want to maintain the thickness of the wall, we're going to use this as our template for the third wall. I'm going to hit Command C, hit Command V to paste. I'm going to actually hit the R key to go to the Rotate tool, and then hit Enter to go to the Rotate dialog box. The angle we want is negative 60 degrees. This allows us to have a perpendicular wall to our initial two walls. I'm going to hit OK. I believe we want to snap this into place right here. Just going to zoom in just to make sure we have that exact, and we don't. So I'm going to go right there. That should be perfect. Zoom out. So as I said before, it doesn't matter exactly where we have the lines as long as our intersections are making sense. Actually, you know what I didn't do is make this line. So I'm going to do that right now by using the direct selection tool and selecting this line. Copy paste and moving this into place. Now we're perfect. So I'm going to use the shape builder tool. The shape builder tool essentially takes a selection and you can draw the shape you want from the intersections, which is why I said it was important to get the intersections right earlier. So I'm going to select everything by hitting Command A to select all. I'm going to hit Shift M to grab the shape builder tool. You'll see that you can kind of go into all these shapes and it highlights the intersection that it finds. So I'm going to draw a line through these guys and keep doing that to build our wall. I'm going to actually hit Command semicolon to take away our guides for the moment. So it's a little sloppy. What I actually want to do is just use the direct selection tool, and I call this double deleting. It deletes the line and then deletes the anchor points in that line. I'm going to do that to all these extremities that we don't need. Double delete them. I'm going to fast forward through this so you don't have to watch me. So this is the result we're looking for. I'm going to turn the guidelines back on. Now what we have to do is, if we look at the picture, is we have to draw these edges to our maze. And because earlier we made these guidelines, we can actually just duplicate these lines to make our edges. So I'm going to use the V key, select this, and hold Alt to duplicate it. We need a wall edge right here. I'm going to duplicate it again. Need a wall edge right here. Make sure these all snap to point. Where else do we need a wall edge? A wall edge right here. And I think that should be good. I'm going to take away the guides by hitting Command semicolon again. And I'm going to select all because this should be sufficient for the walls we actually want to build. So Command A to select all, hit Shift M to go back to the shape builder tool. We have a wall here. Click, we got a wall there. Got a wall here, click. Wall here. It looks like huge wall here. And one here. As I did before, I'm going to use the direct selection tool and get rid of all this information by double deleting. Oh, we want that. So, this should be our result. I'm going to pause here, but in the next video we're going to go into how we make the gradients for this. And yeah, we're going to explore kind of light sources and essentially how we make the gradients work.